Are you looking for the best fastest tents? In this video we will look at some of the 4 best tents on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. CORE 9-Person Instant Cabin Tent. This 9-person instant cabin tent from CORE has telescopic poles that give it a quick setup. CORE claims it can be done in 60 seconds, but it'll likely take you a little longer, especially on the first try. Still, it's among the fastest instant cabin tent models on the market. You have enough room inside for 2 queen-sized air mattresses, and the maximum capacity is 9 people. We recommend this instant design tent for camping with a family or group of friends, but for a maximum of 6 adults to be comfortable. You'll have some room for socializing, but the removable divider gives you some privacy. The cabin-style structure of the CORE makes it an excellent choice for tall campers. The peak height inside the CORE is 6'6", which makes it a good choice for tall campers. Customers love the spacious interiors and large doors that allow you to go in and out with ease. The 9-person instant cabin tent has big mesh windows all over, as well as a mesh roof for late-night stargazing. If you camp in bad weather, you can put on the rainfly to block some of the rain. Note that it's not a full-coverage rainfly, so this 9-person instant cabin tent won't give you the best protection against a storm with heavy, sideways rainfall. The poles aren't the strongest either, and include some moving parts and hinges that aren't the most durable against strong wind. Another extra feature we loved in the CORE was the mesh wall organizer, which is super handy for storing your personal belongings safely during your camping adventure. At number 2. Teton Sports Vista Instant Tent. This 2-person tent comes with pre-attached poles that lock into place in a matter of seconds. It's our top pick for those who go solo camping, especially if you tend to make short weekend getaways in your car. With a quick camping tent like this one, you won't waste your nature exploring time putting up the tent. It's also versatile, and you can use it with a cot bed to raise it off the ground. If you pick this option, Teton also offers an extra large rainfly that extends all the way to the ground with the cot. This way, you get some more storage space underneath the tent. The rainfly that comes with the camping tent has a 1,200 mm hydrostatic head rating, so it's enough to handle most rain. However, some customers do comment on the rainfly not being big enough and some water leaking from the corners. On a dry night, you can take off the rainfly and fall asleep looking at the stars through the full mesh interior tent. If you're camping with someone else, you won't have to crawl over them to get out, thanks to the doors on both sides. Another handy feature is the gear loft on the roof to keep your personal items. At number 3. Ozark Trail 3-Room Instant Cabin 12-Person Tent. If you're heading out with a large group, this L-shaped instant cabin is an excellent option as it's the largest tent we've included in this review. It has a massive interior space and a large awning at the door for hanging out when it's raining. It also has 2 room dividers to maintain privacy when you're camping with friends. You can use the 3 parts of the cabin tent as separate bedrooms if you're camping with a bigger group of friends. The center part is slightly smaller than the rest, so you can also use this ample space for eating, socializing, or gear storage. The peak height of this cabin tent is 6 feet 10 inches, so if you want something with plenty of headspace, the Ozark Trail is an excellent choice. Despite the unconventional shape of this roomy tent, it's easy to set up in less than 2 minutes. The poles are pre-attached, and you just have to snap them into place. This instant design tent isn't cheap, but considering it can replace 3 smaller camping tents, it's an excellent investment. We recommend it especially for longer vacations if you want some extra comfort and plenty of space. If you're planning a road trip that'll have you moving camp every couple of days, this one will save you some precious time. The only negative is that it's so massive that you might have some trouble finding enough level ground to pitch it. Plan your camping experience beforehand and make sure you're going to a campsite that'll have room for a massive tent like this one. At number 4. Vesport Paraiso 2 to 3-Person Backpacking Tent. This affordable tent is a great budget all-around model that adapts well to hiking and 3-season weather. It's easy to set up in about 3 minutes once you've figured it out. If you're a more extreme backpacker, there's a quick pitch option with only the rainfly and a footprint that keeps your pack lighter. And it's available at a reasonable price. The hydrostatic head rating of this tent is 5,000 millimeters, which is something difficult to find in a tent of such an incredible price. It generally holds up well in rough weather, both rain and wind. However, the poles aren't the toughest, so you'll have to be careful during setup not to snap them. The interior tent has full mesh walls and roof for admiring the great outdoors and providing enhanced ventilation. If you have to put on the rainfly, you'll get in some air from the vents at ceiling level. There are no vents at the floor level, and the openings are small, so it can get heated in the summer. The two-person size is relatively small, and you'll be seriously cramped if you take it out on a trip with 2 adults and outdoor gear. The 2 doors and vestibules do add a little more space, but we recommend it more for solo backpackers. It's also great to give you some privacy when you're out with a larger group. The peak height of the tent body is 4.3, which is fairly tall for dome-style tents.